What is the latest COVID-19 data telling us? Well, let's look first of all at the number of cases. So the number of cases we're seeing each day. Each of these dots represents another day's worth of data, and I'll just put this red line, that's just showing you a 7-day average, so you can see the pattern going up certainly. And in that recent set of numbers, you can see 38,281 cases, and that line not quite as high as it was in July for the UK as a whole, but if you drill down into different parts of the UK, well, it's a slightly different story. So this shows you obviously Northern Ireland, very high levels in Northern Ireland at the moment, Scotland, Wales and England. But look at Scotland in particular. You might be able to just about see that blue line there. It's now at the highest level on record. So cases very high in Scotland. And some people are wondering whether that's down to the fact that Scottish schools have gone back earlier than the rest of the UK. Well, if you break it down, so break down those case numbers by age group, it's a slightly more nuanced story. So look, 0 to 14, that's your kind of prime school age group. That's actually relatively low in comparison with most other age groups. It's actually 15 to 19-year-olds, 20 to 24-year-olds, where you've got very high levels of COVID-19, suggesting maybe it's about socialisation rather than going back to school. But that bar, the school age group, might well go up in the coming weeks as schools go back, and you'd expect that in the rest of the UK as well. So higher cases, but here's the thing. We shouldn't necessarily in this post-vaccination era just focus on cases, because the real question is whether those transfer into hospitalisations and to deaths. And when it looks at deaths, this shows you just deaths across the UK as a whole. Certainly they are going high. You can see this line edging up, and in the last 10 days, 8 of those days we've seen deaths reported at over 100 a day. So definitely getting higher. But here's the thing, don't just look at that on its own, look at it in comparison with cases. So this black line shows you cases. It's on a different axis because obviously cases are a lot higher, but what you can probably see is there's a relationship between that black line cases and the red line deaths in that winter peak. So that's the winter peak last year. And then look now, you've got cases going up very high indeed, but deaths very low, around 100 deaths a day, compared with when you were at that kind of level we're at the moment back in the winter peak, you were talking about maybe 600, maybe 700 deaths a day. So that's encouraging, that divergence. The question and the hope is that it continues in the next few months as well.